challenge as well. It should be posted. Let's double check to make sure it did. Oh, boom. There you go. Spooky stream. If you're interested in getting a spooky stream going for the end of the month, we can run like Phasmophobia, Demonologist, something like that. Do a little bit something more on the spooky side. Make sure to donate towards that, and that will be a fun time. But we will hop into game number 1 here in just a moment. Right before I need to respond to Majin Busha. And yeah, Gactyl, yeah, you can join, bro. You can join all you want. Yo, Kenny with the 40 months in a row. Let's go. We actually hit 50 plus subs on the channel again. It's been a long time since we've done that. So for the community, I have made sure to bring back chat requests and viewer requests. Those have been something that have been a little bit AFK for a bit due to some trolling. So I did some tweaks, some fine tuning there. We have the spooky stream donation going on right now. We'll have another one for next month. We'll be start having monthly viewer requests is the new goal. And along with that, we have some other things coming your way. November is going to be a big month here on the stream. We have a Guardians Mental Health charity event the week in November 4th. I'm going to be streaming over there for a 2-hour block, and we'll raise some money for that over there. We're going to be doing some announcements regarding that and a host of other things coming away. So keep your eyes peeled out for that. But if you have questions, you have suggestions, always make sure to ask. We are going to be heading over into game number 1 in just a moment after I check all these DMs I got from Majin Busha. Give me a second.
Welcome to the Fun Frenzies!
Why is that so loud? Alright, my bad, chat. I had to respond to Majin, let him know I got some things going on over here. Here is game number 1 starting right now, actually. Yeah, we'll cast, we'll do this, we'll do it all at one time, it's fine. It's nothing new over here, you know, I'm just happy everything's working pretty well over here. We're going to up the main volume. We'll put some music on for funsies. And then we have, for the blue team here, this is going to be Dire Dragons. And over on this side, we're going to have A&M Century 0-0 is the game state here. And Dire Dragons do have the first pick here. And the first ban that we're going to see is this Baba Yaga. Yaga's been pretty prevalent in the mid lane, also can be pretty tanky, very irritating pick to deal with just overall. Not too surprised to see that taken away, along with the Raijin here. Raijin been a dominant force in the mid lane. Actually had a little like patch of time there for a couple days of being banned away in comp due to his invisibility bug. And then re-arose himself from the dead. And then we have a Pele and Athena ban. Both of these picks have been just, you know, running throughout the map. We have Athena going absolutely crazy in multiple roles. We have Pele going absolutely crazy in multiple roles. You know, get those flex picks out of the way. Last pick that's going to be banned away here for the Dire Dragons is going to be the Ganesha. And I don't know about you all, but I find Elephant Boy to be quite irritating most of the time. Those Dharmic pillars and shutting down just an area over time can be absolutely frustrating. So getting that out is going to be good. The last ban away here is going to be the Freya. These mage ADCs have been on the rise as of late. Freya, one of those gods you have to camp early so it doesn't get online late, and then if a game goes too late, then you still have to deal with it anyways. So they're going to take that off the board on the A&M side here. First pick locked in here will be for Embers on the Wukong. Of, you know, flavor of the month pick, not really flavor of the months, because this solo pick has just been dominant. Unless it's against Amaterasu in SPL, then not so much. But that is A-okay here. And we are going to head over and see what the first 2 picks here for A and M are going to be. And if I'm looking here, I already know they have the Wukong. You're not forced to really pick a solo laner here. You still get the top 2 picks you want. I see Chernobog open. I see Oleron opened here. I think both of those, if you're looking for ADC picks early, are a good pick. Thanatos now being hovered. Nothing wrong with Thanatos. Doesn't have the flex picks potential I like to have in those first 2 picks, but that's okay. We're going to have an Ares for the Beads Burn, a Thanatos for the Execute, and that's going to be a go for the Dire Dragons. I'm not going to be surprised if this is a Charon Oleron lock here. Looks like Charon will be on the board here, along with the Chernobog. So we're going to get that ADC out of the way. That's a lot of slow potential on the side of Dire Dragons in between Wukong, Chernobog, Charon, along with some silence can get really, really frustrating. So that's going to be something to watch for here going into these picks and bans, as Kenny keeps ringing the bell here of the Charon, doing his best to annoy the enemy team with the dings and dongs of the Charon. But last pick here for A&M should be interesting because they know the front line now of Dire Dragons. They don't have to lock in another frontliner here. They could wait. They are going to choose to, though. They said, hey, we know your frontline, you can know ours. And the only difference here is you have an ADC on one side and jungle on the other, but it's a Shiva lock-in. And Shiva has been an interesting pick as of late. We've seen it a good bit in support, but it is mostly a solo laner and can do a lot of damage early, and then it has such good sustain for your team and an extra damage output. I think this is a nice pickup here, and it's going to be a Thor banned away for the first ban out of the phase 2. Thor, another one of those really flexible picks here. Obviously, you already have a Chernobog. You don't want to have to deal with more global ultimates, so getting the Thor out of the way is going to be good. And then we see a Toth banned away. Toth, with this comp that A&M already has, could be absolutely devastating. You have an Ares that can burn beads, but if, let's say, the beads are down and he gets to pull, you just set up for Final Judgment. Bing, bing, boom. Toth takes him off the map. So I think that's a good ban here. And then it's going to be a Kali ban for A&M here, not wanting to have to deal with the Feast and Famine pick to keep up with this Thanatos. And the last ban here for the Dire Dragons, a smart move, is to get rid of this Oleron. He has been on the rise. It's been Cherno and Oleron a ton here, so I'm not too surprised to see him banned away. He has such good space control, such good DPS, that you kind of want to get him off the map. But this leads into a Medusa lock, and that is an interesting pick here. I am a huge fan of the Medusa. I love this pick. Curious to see how it performs. We haven't seen her a lot in the competitive side, so Medusa could be an interesting pick here. We'll have to see how that plays out. Will it be ability-based? Will it be more auto-attack-based? We're just going to have to wait and see, but I do think this could be interesting. In the chat, shouts to Embers for 11 months of subs. Jay joins the chat. What's up, ma'am? And Boss, welcome in, welcome in. Oh no, this could be bad for A&M. The Scylla gets locked in here for Big Cat, and if y'all haven't seen the Scylla and Big Cat, let me tell you, that's a combo. So keep an eye out for that. That could be something to watch here.
To the fun,
and then
fun,
we see
frenzies.
a Ravana locked in here, and I'm a little surprised to see the Ravana locked in as the jungler. I think there's a lot of other options here that kind of pair better with their comp and fight better into Thanatos, but if you go that tanky route, it could work out here, so something to keep an eye on here in 7. And it looks like a last hover here on this Discordia, and it will be a Discordia locked in for A&M, and this could be huge. I mean, you get that passive going on another god, and that could be absolutely amazing for your team comp. So we'll have to watch and see who is that player damage going on to, who is going to get that buff, and I really think this could be good here. Also, shoutouts to Bats getting a Pinta in ranked, and then Big Cat with the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Gifted subs to Misrejection, Glacier, Seepage, TIH Vengeance, my homie I used to cast with, and Not My Cabbages 7. Welcome into the Koi Pond. All right, y'all. Big Cat says that's for the Scylla gameplay. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Hype train has been initiated, and we are going to hop into game number 1 of Dire Dragons versus A&M Century. Yo, shoutouts to Jets on Jordan for the sub, too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Okie dokie. I feel like, is this loud for y'all? Isn't it 60 sub before doing anything? For 50? Bro, you probably right. We do have to talk about the 50 sub dono. I think we're going to do a Blaze After Dark stream. I think that's going to be the plan here. Which was going to be tonight, but I'm casting tonight, so we'll schedule that for like next Saturday. If we hit 60 subs, we'll do something else though, for sure. Holy smokes. We haven't even started game number 1, y'all. And Sir Embers comes in, gifting 3 tier 1 subs over to Sweaty Fish Mac and Cheese and Oh Mini Starfish. Let's go, baby. And there we go, we hit it. Holy smokes. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are killing it out there. Thank you. Get these organized correctly here. Y'all, I've casted lately with these not in order, and it is the most crazy thing ever. Almost next level hype train. Let's go, baby. I was already on Twitch and I got a notification for a sub. Hey, Mac and Cheese, that's what's up, dude. That's the way to have it done. Hydrate. Yo, Jets on Jordan with the 5 tier 1 subs. Let's go. Giving a sub to Dookie, JJ Shake, Adios, Flexi, and Kome Des Garcon. I'd probably mess that up. I don't think I've subbed to Blaze yet. 5 on 5 on 5. Dude, holy smokes.
Welcome to the Fun Frenzies!
Can't we push 70? Y'all are wild, dude. Y'all are freaking out.
Welcome to
Let's
the
make you gotta do like
Fun
3 sub goals on
Frenzies!
streams. Yo, I mean, you're not wrong. That's how it's feeling at the moment. We're waiting for this game to start, and y'all are just throwing it down. A hot take on hot takes of hot takes. Dude, hot takes are the best thing ever, and I have many. Can't wait for the 0 sub special. Okay, Leone. Holy smokes. Logan, Logan, you come cast with us? Come on, you can come sit in here. Yo, we're going to get Logan on the cast, y'all. You want to come sit down? You can come sit down. You can come sit here before the game starts. Let's go, bud. We got Logan on the cast, y'all. Oh, okay. Here we go. Logan's ready to cast. All right, nothing too crazy here. We do have the war flag here for Kenny on this Charon, which is going to be huge. I'm a huge fan of war flag. We've talked about that a lot on stream. I love it on Charon, just seeing him paddle faster with those autos, and that is, you know, a great time. Cat gets this conduit gem, a grid pickup here. We all see that on the Discordia. It's going to be getting some good shred. It's going to help with clearing camps in the mid lane, which is always a big plus here if you're wanting to farm early. But I think the thing to watch out for here is, can this Thanatos get online early? We're talking about a Thanatos that wants to get online, that is a feast or famine god, and could cause a ton of trouble for the Dire Dragons. We see the usual poke fest over in duo lane. 7 poked out early over in the mid at half health. And now it's A&M Century with the pressure in mid, and that's going to be great for them, as now they can pick which side they want to rotate to for these camps. And generally, you pick a side, and you could think about going for a gank here. And that's a big damage on a big cat, and this is scary as Gaming Obelisk is under fire as well. Who is going to get first place? The question is, 7 Soul is running it down towards Century Aces, but the blink in, it's going to be too late. 7 Soul picks up the first blood onto Century, and then Big Cat looking for a kill onto Gaming Obelisk. Gaming Obelisk looking to run around, get away. Can it happen? The shred's there. 7 with a double kill early. That's 2 kills in less than 2 minutes, and that's something that's scary for the enemy Thanatos. Holy. That is a crazy start. You'd think it would go the other way, but that's a great start here for Dire Dragons in game number 1. Starting early here. And now Kenny and Kick Rocks have the pressure over in the dual lane with this Chernbog Charon combo, and they can go for the shield buff. I'm on neither team. I'm casting the teams, Logan. Logan wanted to know what team I'm on, y'all. Back over in the mid lane, they are treating this like it's an arena match. They want to keep fighting. Gaming Obelisk is under fire yet again. 7 Soul just staying active on this Ravana, getting this farm up. I mean, already level 4, looking to peak at level 5 sooner rather than later. And that could come a detrimental here, as Gaming Obelisk could fall down a level and a half. Is Cat going to get a lazy back off? Oh my god, Cat almost loses his life here, and that could have been absolutely terrifying. Meanwhile, over on the dual lane, it's still fighting to fight, as it is usually. Eventually, these supports will decide what they want to go do here about level 5, but right now, Monkey is running it down. Kenny getting some extra damage off, but look at that. Gaming Obelisk finally returns the kill onto 7, who I don't believe had backed yet, was going for camps, and Gaming Obelisk just catches him out. No wards anywhere on the map, except over in solo side. There is a ward for A&M Century, and that is about it that's on the map right now. Back over to the duo lane. Monkey is poked out a little bit, decides to chain down Kenny, looking for that pressure, but Kiwi isn't able to step up and put a lot of damage out. It's a Medusa. I mean, yeah, you have the poison shot there, but it's not going to be enough to do a ton of damage, and this could be problematic. Kenny steps up, eats some damage, but Kick Rocks is waiting, trying to poke back, trying to get some damage onto Kiwi's Medusa, but Gaming Obelisk is making this rotation. Level 4, slowly but surely trickling over to level 5. It might happen off of this camp, and if it does, we could see death galore happening in the duo lane, but now it's a triple split of the final part of the buff. Will they hit 5 is the question mark. The answer is no. There is no gank potential now for Gaming Obelisk. The potential that was there is now gone. And this is actually really good for Kenny and Kick Rocks. It gives them the pressure they need back. Meanwhile, over in the solo side, we have Group Master versus Embers. Embers choosing to go after back camps rather than a wave, and that wave is absolutely gone to the tower here. A little bit detrimental, loses a good bit of XP. The one question I have to ask myself is if Group Master only says, I am Groot in comms. Because if they do, I think that is hilarious. I know that's not the case, but I think that would be absolutely hilarious if they did. Just one whole game of that. And now, it's calmed down. The mid lane action we saw earlier has, dissipated away, and some people did forget to cook. Mid lane, that's fine. Let them not cook. While you all do. That's just the way it is sometimes. I'm not a fan of it. I think everybody should cook. But some people hate cooking. Some people are bad at it. Maybe they burnt the recipe. That's the things that we have to kind of ask ourselves. But not getting Bountiful Bow is a meme. And that is concerning. Big Cat here is in a little bit of a hard place, looking to try to get a kill on sentries. I'm the monster's there, but it's off the mark. He should have waited for the taunt from Kenny, but it doesn't come through. Now Monkey says, hey, watch this. I'm going to pull you in, and Gaming Obelisk big brains it, waits for the dash from Big Cat, but eats a ton of damage. They are able to pick up the kill onto the Scylla, but is the Thanatos going to live is the question. 7 running it down, looking for a bit of great area exchange from Monkey or peel it away. Gaming Obelisk living by the skin of their teeth, and now 7 Soul is the one under aggression and in trouble, and it could fall here. The flames are raining down from the Ares, but it won't be enough as Group Master picks up the solo kill onto Sir Embers. And this has just turned on top of its head for Dire Dragons. So let's see now. I mean, eventually, 7 had to go back. Does 7 decide to cook at this point? Is the question here. And no. 7 says, I haven't cooked the first 6 minutes of the game. Why would I cook now? And I'm assuming Big Cat will decide to cook here at the mid part of the game, but maybe not. Maybe decides that cooking is overrated. But this is a problem. I mean, you look at this and you're like, hey, they're not cooking. What does that mean? Well, that means they're not getting free passives. It also means they're not getting free gold for completing the quest. So these are concerns for me. I mean, at this level, you definitely need to be cooking. Some good invades coming out of here by A&M Century, but let me tell you, it's a little bit crazy to think that they just decided not to cook at all. Kick Rocks in absolute trouble here. Oh, the silence off the dash. There's the beads, but maybe should have started with that. Ooh, a nice dodge of the death from above. And now 7 has made the rotation over. 7 just chunking away the damage on the Gaming Obelisk. There comes the river by Karen. Oh my god. Kenny almost picks up a kill onto the Thanatos, which would have been wild to see from halfway across the map. And 7 Soul staying here, not letting this wave push under the tower. Wants the XP, wants the gold. Big W here for Dire Dragons. They don't lose a fight here, and they pick up a couple ults on the back end of it. So that could have went really, really bad for them, but instead it goes pretty well. Embers, a little bit of a rock and a hard place situation here for the Wukong. Decides to jump back down here. Looks to clear the wave. Is going to have to... Oh, decides to bowl out instead of go eagle. I was expecting just to fly away there, but only eats a little bit of damage. It's going to be okay. Meanwhile, over in the duo lane, Big Cat versus Century Aces. I mean, the levels aren't even right now. And right now, I mean, surprisingly, it's only about a 300 to 400 gold difference, which is going to feel pretty good here for both teams. Sorry, chap. I got like something in my throat. It is not wanting to come out. I'm a little surprised. Monkey is still over here in the duo lane, just staying here, chilling, wanting to, you know, keep damage going onto Big Cat, but for what? Now Monkey walking towards this Gold Fury a little aggressively. I don't know if I like that too much. Seemed like they might try to pull it for some unknown reason, but ends up walking through. Y'all, we gotta talk about what is up with this. Look at this. It's because of all... I understand it's the jungle camp, but Kenny placed a ward here, too. Crazy. Anyways. That is, wild. Wild to say the least. Ember's in trouble again here with Groupmaster. Groupmaster re-engaging, wants to be aggressive on the Shiva. And this is the thing about Shiva. Shiva plays fairly well early, and then really does well in the late team fights with this ultimate. So keep, you know, an eye on that. Meanwhile... Gaming Obelisk looking for a gank over on Kick Rocks. Actually wards the purple buff there. Look at this ward control by A&M Century. I mean, just making sure they have wards up in the enemy jungle. They want to know when they're pathing just to their own camps. They want to know, hey, if we see them all on the left side, can we do something and sneak away an objective elsewhere? As Kenny might have... oh my god, I think he might have actually sniped some of the XP from those camps, which is absolutely hilarious. Being a troll on the Charon with that ultimate is a super funny time. Meanwhile, back over in the duo side, Gaming Obelisk thinking about stepping up, and there's a dash in by Kiwi. Kick Rocks disengages, which is going to be a huge play here as Seven Soul and Kenny are running it down towards Medusa. There's the blink by Seven Soul. The beads are gone. It's not going to be enough to save the life of Kiwi. Falls down. A great dash by Kenny to make sure the root goes off. And now it's a purple buff invade being looked here for by Seven. Are they going to go straight in? They end up not being able to pick it up, which is fine. Stygian Beacon will spawn in about 2 minutes. So now... the eyes move towards that way, and if they get another pick, we could see something of a beacon into a Gold Fury. Speaking of which, let's see who has the Disco passive. It's going to be that Shiva, which explains a lot of why that damage is so good over there. You know, in second place is Embers, but I mean, it's a significant damage difference between the Shiva and anybody else on the team, and both teams really almost double that of what Embers has. Is kind of crazy. There is a level deficit there in solo, and I think most of that's just from that early rotation of the bat camp, but overall, nothing too crazy happening over here. You know, typical solo things. Slap, 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 and, you know, hope for the best. Seven making that way over to the solo side here. Gaming Obelisk is here, too. This could be an interesting fight for both teams.
Happy, joy.
Embers having to back off here. Nice immune by Seven. But Embers decides to go in on the target. Doesn't able to reach it because of the pull in by Groupmaster. And this is big because Kenny is rotating in on the backside. And I'm not sure A&M know. The disengage is the call here by Dire Dragons and A&M Century, for that matter, decide to run back towards their tower. Looks like there's going to be a split of the Oracles here. Monkey is stepping up. Sentry is not wanting to let this go. Cat's looking to throw out some damage. Isn't able to confirm it, but now looking to get pulled back in. Good beads by Cat. That way the death doesn't go the way of A&M Century here, giving them a free kill. Would have been bad at this point in the game. You're almost 12 minutes in. That beacon's getting ready to spawn, but it's a nice little setup here by A&M. They're looking towards this left-hand side. They want to get a pick here. Kick could be in trouble on the Chernobog. Stepped up halfway in the lane, has no idea they're on the way over. The early beads to beads the Medusa, and that is going to be the death of the Chernobog. It doesn't matter. Actually, the waste of death from above there by Gaming Obelisk is kind of huge. Now the rotation in by Seven and Kenny. Can they get a counter engage off here? Can they pick up a kill to go their way is the question. Kenny is running it down, and meanwhile, 7 says, you're not going to take my tower. I'm a level ahead of this ADC, and I'm going to chase them down. Trying to catch up with the snickety snake of Medusa. There's going to be the ultimate, crashes down and says goodbye. 7 picks up another kill. Groupmaster picks up Big Cat over in the mid lane as they fight over the obelisk. And Kick, did he dash to Gaming Obelisk, who was backing? That's funny. Kick is behind the tier 1 tower mid, needs to beak his way over to the Stygia beacon instead of looking for pressure on somebody that isn't there. And now Ember is getting some good damage taken onto himself. He could be in a little bit of trouble. Groupmaster gets low. Groupmaster somehow seems to live to see for another day. Now it is Dire Dragons looking to contain and get this obelisk, but Monkey has an ultimate. It's gonna pull Kick Rocks in. Goodbye, Kenny. Goodbye, Kick Rocks is the next one on the menu. Crashing down comes Gaming Obelisk, and that beacon will go in favor of A&M Century after a long-fought battle over in the mid lane. And now stretching to a 2,000 gold lead. Has to feel pretty good here. Gold Fury is also the call. They got the picks, they have the damage, and this Gold Fury will go uncontested this time around. Gaming Obelisk looking to be a little cheeky here against 7. 7, can he 7 sneak it away? 7 does, no shot! Gaming Obelisk watches him walk up, and 7 just gets to take it away. Gold Fury, Dire Dragons, gold lead, 1,400 in favor of AMN now. Holy smokes. Also, shoutouts to Snookums 1231 for the follow. Thank you so much. Big Cat crashing down with I'm the Monster. There's the root. Can they confirm the kill onto the Thanatos? They finally do. Kenny picks up the kill. 1-1-1 is the Charon now. We're all looking pretty good. I mean, Kenny has 20 stacks on the Prophetic. That has to feel pretty good. Right now, it says Ares doesn't have any stacks on the Prophetic, and that is not good. But just picked it up not too long ago, so that's not too terribly surprising, but slightly concerning as the game goes on. I really think you want to pick that up before Thebes, but maybe that's just me. I also don't think you need both of them right now, so things to watch out for. Groupmaster has this Soul Eater is another thing to watch out for, whereas Embers does it, and that Soul Eater is going to go a long way. It gives that lifesteal, gives that cooldown. I mean, this has everything you want when you're one of these ability solo laners. A little bit of physical pin. You can't go wrong with that item. And working on a Mana Core Spike's really going to help him and his team get a little extra damage off of those CCs. A&M looking to fight towards 7 here, and I don't know that's a fight that they necessarily want to take. Gaming Obelisk does have a slight lead. Not too much, though. Most of their lead is pretty even across the board, actually. I mean, like... mostly everything's going good. Sorry, Logan was asking me a question, y'all. My bad. And Cat just kind of playing back here. What you got to do? I mean, this disco passive still gonna be on that Shiva. That Shiva has so much damage compared to the rest of everybody on the map. 14,000. The next closest 7,300. I mean, it is wildly ahead of the rest of the damage. That is insanity across the board here, and it's going to be a slowdown. I mean, you have the neutral objectives taken off the map. No one's going to pull fire here at 16 minutes. They really have to start thinking about, okay, where do we prioritize our farm? Who can we pick? And after we pick them, is there something we can get? Timing's going to be the key to everything here, but I really like the pressure A&M is putting out here with these wards as 7 blinks in on top of the Thanatos, chunks away half the health bar, and now the death from above having to get away. Cat decides to go for an I'm a Monster here. Can he land it? Oh, a little bit off the mark. It does hit Sentry, but doesn't get Gaming Obelisk, but this is bad for Sentry. A&M is not in a good place here. There's, oh my goodness, the pull in onto 7. Goodbye, says Gaming Obelisk. Kenny had a great ult in. It's just unfortunately immuned out. But now Groupmaster just walks into the whole Dire Dragons team and dies. I don't know what the plan was, but I don't think it was a good one. Sir Embers now getting ran down here. Or sorry, running them down here. Backwards to my words there. A 1-for-1 trade. You know, solo for jungle. Let's call it even at that point. 700 gold lead for A&M Century right now. Not much, to say the least. And Dire Dragons got the Pyromancer along with that Gold Fury. That really nullified the lead that A&M Century had been working on. Embers has that breastplate. And we've been seeing this more often now, going the breastplate of determination, gonna get, you know, that extra sets of prots, gonna give you a little bit extra movement speed, double your prots. I mean, it is a good item, especially if you're building that route. But that with the Runeforge hammer and Stone of Binding, Runeforge is good. I just don't know if it was worth it in the first slot here, so that's something to watch out for. I think not having Soul Eater online is gonna kind of, you're gonna feel it when you're playing solo against a Soul Eater Shiva for sure. Kick Rocks, going a pretty standard ADC build here, getting that Death Toll, Devos, Kins. Would have liked to see an Exi there instead. Not a ton of huge health pools that early, and an Exi's going to go a little bit further, I think. Gaming Obelisk going into the air, it's going to be able to escape, but the Golden Apple comes flying in from Discordia as well. Nice play by Embers to get up and get some healing off onto himself. This is not a bad fight for Dire Dragons here. They have the pressure, but it's an Oni Fury that's up. They need to watch for Group Master on the backside, who's level 16. Oh my goodness, goodbye, says the Dire Dragons to Group Master. That's the second time Group Master has walked up and just eaten all the damage that Dire Dragons had to pump out. Kenny gets a great ult here, looking to zone people off the Oni Fury. We saw it stolen away earlier by Dire Dragons. Ooh, Dire Dragons confirmed the Gold Fury, but Cat played that a little bit too close for comfort. That Kick Rock's going to pick up a kill onto Monkey here. Great ultimate by the Turnbog to get a slow off, but Century Aces is going to walk away for free 99 on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, over on the left, A&M Century walks away. They get out. That is a dropped ball there by Dire Dragons, which is fine. They pick up the Oni Fury. That's going to give them pressure in all the lanes, give them a little extra golden pocket too. They're going to be able to push down a mid tower. But they definitely could have picked up a Discordia there. Pyromancer will be the next call here by Dire Dragons. Just taking down everything that they can, which is going to be huge for them. They're going to be able to pick this up possibly. Look at where Gaming Obelisk is, though, looking to poke out that damage. Kiwi steps up along with Group Master. Group Master, again, just walks in and dies. Gaming Obelisk able to do the death from above and confirm Kenny for a kill, but now Ember's the one in trouble. Great root, but better beads by Gaming Obelisk. Here comes the pool. The no escape lands, but it's Gaming Obelisk with a triple kill, looking for more. Cat in trouble, has to walk away. There's no shot you're going to give Gaming Obelisk a quadra at this point of the game. And look at this, it actually might happen. Cat playing with fire here, knows that the Thana might be around here somewhere. Yo, we good? Y'all, okay, I'm just saying, y'all saw that, okay? Y'all saw the crush. I'll leave it at that. Okay? Buttons just happened, y'all. That was some buttons. That was some buttons. I mean, Glacier said it earlier in chat about Fat Finger and some abilities. I feel like that's what just happened there for Cat, and that's a rough time. Sometimes it be like that. I've been there. I think we all have. So let's let that settle in. It is what it is. You know, but anyways, going back, looking at some builds here, we do see crit starting to come online here for this Chernobog. Over on the other side, though, I mean, you look at this Medusa build, it's Transcendence, it's Soul Eater, it's Crusher, into what's going to be a Fail Not, and that's going to feel pretty good here. 6 stacks on the Prophetic Cloak is what I'm concerned about. Kenny almost has it fully stacked at this point. That is something to watch out for. The Prophetic Cloak's going to do a lot of work once it's fully online. And then looking at the rest of these builds, I mean, Serrated online for the Thanatos already. Heartseeker is the way of 7. I mean, these are overall just, you know, they're doing everything they want to do thus far. Nothing too concerning. Medusa ult is there, but it's for nothing. Nothing happens with it. Oh my goodness, they're just pumping out ultimates and no one's dying. Damage is being done, but for what purpose? Finally, Embers picks up Kiwi under the tier 1 tower. Just take the tower. Quit eating the damage for free. What is happening? Gaming Obelisk is able to pick up 7 on the back end there in between Kenny, and then dives on top of Sir Embers. Oh no. Kick Rocks goes flying in. He picked a target, picked the wrong one, and flew into the entire team of A&M, and there's no one there that can save him. This is a huge fumble from the Dire Dragons, acting like they're the Minnesota Vikings in this NFL season, and now Kenny is going to get shredded down. Is he going to get killed? It looks like it might happen, and Cat is gone. Kenny is next. that's going to be a deicide for A&M Century, and not just a deicide, but it's going to be a fire giant as well. Holy. That is insanity. A&M just swings the thing wide open. I don't think you let Thanatos through the next game. I can tell you that. 12-2-3 here by Gaming Obelisk. Embers is here, contesting this fire giant. Sentry is going to confirm it, but there are low health bars around, and Embers, it seems like he wants to go in here. Decides to dive onto Kiwi. There's the Medusa ult. The slow Disco gets the Strife, and a lot of damage poked onto this Wukong. He will finally fly away. And now it's Group Master that's out over here by himself in solo lane, but they're going to let that one go. And that's probably for the best. Fire Giant on all 5 members of A&M Century here at 23 minutes into the game. And there is a lot of real estate to pick up here. There are towers galore across the map. There's a Gold Fury up. And we're talking about a 3,000 gold lead of A&M Century right now, and it could be a lot more very, very quick. So something to keep your eye on over the next few minutes. Other than that, I mean, it has to be Shiva still on top of the damage charts here. It is. It's 19,800, but the gap has been closed by Big Cat on the Scylla. Disco also catching up, might get her own passive soon. It looks like Dire Dragons are not wanting to let any towers go. They're going to defend them. But can they defend this Gold Fury? I'm not so sure. They've gotten the first 2. 7 is looking to try to, you know, play for a third. But we'll have to see if that's how it pans out here. Gaming Obelisk hunting around the mid lane. They have to watch out for this Thanatos. The feast or famine has been a feast thus far. 7 eating a ton of damage. 7 in trouble. Sentry Aces misses the golden apple for now. Oh my god, it finally hits Kick Rocks. Luckily, 7's able to ult away. Beads, Aegis gone for Kick Rocks. Here comes the death from above. Crashes down, misses, and dies to a tower as Gaming Obelisk. Big Cat gets the kill. A huge ult from Kenny hits 4. This absolutely insanity by the Charon. And now the I'm a Monster going insane to the backline. There is 1 onto Sentry Aces. That's a double kill. Can't confirm the extra damage, but Group Master could be in trouble here. So is Big Cat. Big Cat is low. Group Master also. And now Embers and Kenny running it down towards the enemy solo laner, waiting for their Scylla to catch up, but their Scylla is low health. If one thing goes wrong, it's going to be a Scylla that will be dead, and that's not something you want to lose at this point into the game. A Stygian Beacon will be the call, and they will gather that up, which is going to be huge for them. That's going to be a nice little stack there. I believe they have 2 now to the 1 of A&M Century. Sorry, Logan just asked me if he has to go to school tomorrow. Oh my goodness. But that's huge for Cat. Cat had 0 kills for that fight, has 2 kills now. Has to feel good to get those on the board, get, you know, make sure you're feeling a little bit better about what's happening. Not only that, they won a fight against a team with full Fire Giant, and that is big here. Gaming Obelisk and Sentry Aces no longer have it. The Gold Fury is the call here again for A&M. Kick Rocks is walking up by himself, and that's not the move you want to see currently. Actually dashes in. A&M Century confirmed the Gold Fury, but is it going to cost them? Kick Rocks up in the air. He has that slow onto all the targets, can look and see where everybody on A&M is. Is he going to dive in? I would assume no, he doesn't. Kenny fires out the ultimate, splits the uprights. It doesn't land on anybody, but that's okay. The no escape is gone for Monkey. Group Master low, but now Gaming Obelisk makes it into the fight, and it's going to be raining down from above, and boom, Kenny is the first one gone of this fight. It's going to be Dire Dragons now down in a 4v5 as the Titans rush down the mid lane. 7 is the one being looked at next. Group Master, oh, hits a great bit of damage along with the Strife there from Disco, slightly off the mark, but Big Cat picked up again by this Thanatos. Now 14-3-3, isn't necessarily scared of a tower. In fact, walks on the tier 1 and just eats 3 free tower shots like it didn't even exist. Tier 1 tower in mid will fall here. They are going to aggress onto this tier 2, and A&M Century are looking strong here at 26 minutes into the game of game number 1. They're marching down their Titan, 90% health, looking to keep it going towards the mid lane. They're going to let that push, and they're going to walk over to Pyro, and guess what's spawning soon? It's going to be a Fire Giant within the next probably 45 seconds. Pyromancer will be absolutely free here. The good news for Dire Dragons, their Phoenix is still up. They lose a tier 1 and tier 2 in mid. I don't feel like that's a bad trade, considering that the enemy team have fire, but you are 5,800 gold down, and that's a little bit problematic. Do see the wards here coming out for Dire Dragons. I mean, that's going to be good. The problem is A&M Century has had ward control on the whole entire Dire Dragon side of the map this whole entire game. So Fire Giant is now back up, and the ward control goes over to A&M by a slight margin because they have the only ward near fire, and it's right on top of it. Other than that, there are no wards around. Cat gets out of Sentry. They know there's a ward over in the pit, but are they going to be able to do anything is the question. Right now, the answer is no. They have a Sentry and a ward for A&M Century here. They're going to pick up that Dire Dragons ward. This Fire Giant fight is going to be absolutely critical to both teams, as in 2 minutes it will become enhanced. Let's see if the teams decide to wait for it. Seven and Monkey both eat a good bit of damage on their respective teams. Really, right now for Dire Dragons, they have to do something about gaming Obelisk. That's the problem they've been having. This Thanatos just going absolutely hammy-salami in their backline. Meanwhile, on the side of A&M Century, they don't have a specific target they're super worried about, as the team is playing pretty consistent around each other, but Big Cat's going to start slamming numbers at this point in the game. So you do have to worry about the Scylla damage. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where the focus is put. But both these teams have their targets. Fail Not is online for Kiwi here, but that's the only crit item. I understand it has cooldown. I'm just not a huge fan of having that as your only crit item, just for the cooldown. So something to watch here. No escape channeled here by Monkey. Kenny fires an ultimate back, and now it's Groupmaster that's a little bit low, pumping out the heals, though, with that ultimate, doing the DDR revolutions. And now it's a fight by Dire Dragons. They decide to pull, but so far it's Seven's the one that's fallen. Look where Gaming Obelisk is. He's looking to rain down onto this Scylla. Misses everything. Aegis is used by Big Cat, though. Can they confirm a kill onto this Thanatos? Embers falls, and this is a bad fight thus far for Dire Dragons. Everything has gone the way of A&M Century and more. Kick Rocks is gone. Big Cat now running away along with Kenny. And the only good news is they're delaying them from going Fire Giant, which they really should have backed off and went for at this point, I think. They're going to stay and try to aggress upon a Phoenix as Cat hits a good root and crush combo. But can they get this? Can they wait for a wave that's all the way down the mid lane to show up? And I just don't know if you should. They are going to march their way back over to Fire Giant. Cat, choosing not to back here and get full health, is trailing them slowly but surely. And this could get really interesting. I don't know that they know Cat's there. In fact, I don't... Oh, they're going to know in a second because they have a billion wards around Fire Giant. They are well aware that the Scylla's there now. Groot eats a ton of damage. Look where Gaming Obelisk is. Up in the air, crashes down on the Charon. That's not the target you wanted to land on, but they didn't know Seven was there. Seven is here now. The I'm the Monster is channeled, and boom, A&M Century get the Fire Giant, but they lose one. They're going to lose two. It's a 2-for-1, but they get fire, and now Kenny is firing away the ultimate. Will it connect is the question. It does on the Monkey. And I think it hit Kiwi, too, there at the end. Ember is going to still wear a red buff, but right now, A&M Century are feeling pretty good. They get an enhanced Fire Giant. Yeah, they lose it on 2, but you still have it on your mid. You still have it on your ADC, and you're up 8,000 or so gold. I think that has to feel pretty good at this point, but this is going to be something to watch now. Ember's finishing out part of his build here, getting that Archdruids. But right now, I mean, you have 2 pieces of anti-heal. It's going to be the Seven Soul and the Ravana and your Scylla here with the Divine and Brawlers. Things to watch out for. Actually, Kenny does have Contagion. Their anti-heal's pretty freaking good on the side of Dire Dragons, which is going to feel great into this Thanatos as ult comes through from Kiwi. There's not going to be much more from that, though. It's going to feel good on this Shiva and, I mean, this Ares. I mean, that's always a point of contention, is the fact of how much HP 5 is the Ares going to give you, and it's going to be a lot. Still no Prophetic Cloak fully stacked here from Monkey. That's, again, what we've been watching, is Kenny's is fully stacked here, getting a lot out of that support build. Seven picking a fight with most of the A&M team, and A&M is looking to wrap around here. They're looking for Seven. They want this Ravana, and they're going to get it. The Ravana is gone. And that's part of the problem when you play full blaster on Ravana, is it can sometimes lead to situations like that. I should know, I played it a couple weeks ago. Cat, oh my god, takes out Gaming Obelisk, but ends up living with just a slight hair of health. Now goes in the Eye of the Monster, looking for more, hits Groot. Isn't going to be enough to take him off the map, though, and send him to the gray screen. But it will dissuade the path to the Tier 2 tower and push them back to take a regular old Primal Fury. And why I say regular old, I mean, it's a Primal Fury. That's going to feel good for your objective shred, but, like, eh. Oh, Ember decides to go in. I don't hate it. I'm just a little surprised. And now there is the teleport channeled by Groot. And Cat is back looking to see if there's anybody low that he can take out. There is a beacon up and a nice little root crush onto Groot Master. Just give him a little damage check. You know, just let him know. Let him know you're there. I'm about it. $8K gold lead for A&M Century here. Builds are finally wrapping it up here. Finally getting to full builds. And that has to feel good here. Have to see what, you know, Cat decides to go this last item. Because he did decide to finally cook. Did pick up the Bountiful Bow, but you know who I don't think cooked? I don't think Seven cooked this whole game, which is crazy. Beacon. Pyro will go over to Dire Dragons from the looks of it. Gaming Obelisk is rotating over. Oh my god, the root, the crush, the I'm a monster is there. Big Cat flexing the damage onto this Thanatos, but now 3 members and a 4th to be soon seen are over at this left side tower of Dire Dragons. It looks like they might decide to go ahead and push the dual lane Phoenix. That is going to be the call here. They are going to step up at the very least. But now it's a 5v4. Can Dire Dragons catch them here? If Dire Dragons catch them out in any capacity, this is a huge swing for them. And it is. Look at them running it down. Embers could go in to his eagle form. Decides to go into Cat and be a tiger, you know, for a little bit. And then gets Monkey to shoot a chain onto him. This is huge for Dire Dragons. Kick. Ult gets in there. There is the golden apple. Oh my god, Kick is almost dead. The fact he doesn't die is absolutely astounding. Kiwi in trouble. Kiwi taken down. Monkey getting shredded just a little bit. Groot Master in the back line, but they're not worried about that. They got one. They're looking to say, hey, can we get a little bit more without losing someone? Seven seems convinced that they might be able to, but then the back off is what is called for here by the Dire Dragons, which is probably the good move, as if you look across the map, Fire Giant is fixing to spawn. Slowing down this Thanatos is what they need to do. They have done that a little bit in these past couple fights. Cat just taking him off the map early into that fight. I think it has to feel good here for Dire Dragons, but you still have to keep that going. Ridwan going to be the last item here for 7. Have to see if it decides to upgrade that into one of the glyphs. Fire Giant spawning right now. Embers has made the rotation in. You know, not something we see often here. Jotun's Cunning for Gaming Obelisk, getting those non-ultimate ability resets. Something to watch out here. Beads just automatically used here by Big Cat. The root, the crush, the I'm a monster used, but Gaming Obelisk channels at Death from Above is able to escape. Big Cat now on the Fire Giant with Kick Rocks and Kenny. But look at the back end here. 7 chasing down Gaming Obelisk on this. Thanatos decides to turn around. Embers is making sure to try to zone this out too. Here comes the wave, and the wave is going to connect. 1, 2, 3, 4. It hits. 7 Souls is the one that's going to fall here, but a Fire Giant should go the way of Dire Dragons, and it's going to be an enhanced fire for them. First one they've gotten this game. Looking to try to even this up. Gold doesn't necessarily matter much anymore. A Calamitous Rod of Tahuti for Big Cat should be doing some very chunky damage with those roots. Something to watch out for as this game continues on. It looks like the Prophetic Cloak from Monkey is slowly but surely coming online here at 24 stacks now. Staff of Mirrodin here for the Discordia. Something I love to see. I mean, we don't see too many mages build this. I think this item is kind of slept on. Getting that 10% magical pin, 10% cooldown, 75 power. But when your ultimate ability is finished casting, it gives you a Rage of Mirrodin. And it gives you 20% increased damage dealt, which decays over 8 seconds. And I think that just feels kind of good. Can only happen once every 45 seconds. Keep an eye if Disco starts shredding some more damage here. Player damage is all Big Cat at this point. 40,383 damage, top of the charts. But after that, there's a lot of A&M up there at the top of the charts, holding the 2, 3, 5, and 6 spots. So things to watch out for here. We should also take a look at wards placed. Pretty healthy amount of wards here for both teams. Not going to have to call anybody out for, not warding. 15 for the support and jungle of A&M, though. And 14 for the mid laner. Has to feel pretty good. Really staying active. And that's without any type of ward chalice. They have just been absolutely slamming down wards. They're going to get the shield buff here on the left-hand side. But look at Dire Dragons now saying, hey, the left lane's where we need to be. They have these Oni Fury waves pushing. They have enhanced fire. This is everything they want and more. This is the siege that they want. This is the siege that they need. This game is still them a little bit behind in gold. Again, that doesn't really matter at this point. But it is something to keep in mind that they have been down a good bit and now looking to not only get a lead back, but try to end the game as well. So that is food for thought here. They get the tier 2 on the left-hand side. They're going to choose to push down towards Beacon here. Decided to call that off. They're going to go for the mid tier 2 since the Oni waves are here. I think that's the right move. You can auto this down with that Chernobog, probably in like 4 or 5 autos. It's gone. Mid tier 2 is gone. They're going to head over to the Beacon now as the left side Phoenix has Oni minions under it. No, they're going to push towards Pyre. I don't know what they're doing. They're pushing towards tier 2 in right. This is very discombobulated. I kind of hate it. Your ADC is back at blue buff. The rest of your team's up here looking at a tier 2, which is going to get shredded, but it feels a lot better if all 5 of you are there. I'm just kind of confused. This feels slightly discombobulated here by Dire Dragons. They do take the tier 2s off the map. That's what you needed to happen. They're going to get the Pyromancer here. They should be able to get a Beacon too if they so choose. So stealing away all the objectives. Stealing back the lead into their favor. Getting all the towers off the map. Has to feel good here. Good use of their Fire Giant. I think they could have been a little bit more... What's the word I'm thinking here? Decisive about how they went about it. But they did make it happen. And now we're 40 minutes in the game. We're pretty even across the board here. A little bit of a gold lead towards Dire Dragons. That's going to help them get some extra wards. Upgrade those relics are all on both sides. Builds are done, even for the supports. Everybody's level 20. Starter items are upgraded. And now it says who can execute their comps better. That's what this has come down to. You had a full minute until the Fire Giant respawns here. Kenny, being a cheeky Charon, hiding behind corners. You're going to throw a ward on him. But now, Cat has shown up. They're going to, look to kind of poke down people if they can. Luckily, no one's getting poked down right now. 7 stepping up. Get some good damage off from the monkey here, but I don't know if that's where you want to be if you're the Raven at the moment. You kind of want to play a little bit back. Stepping up. And this is very patient by both teams here, making sure they don't overstep their bounds. Cat just looking to pump out damage if it's possible. Monkey stepping up. But Embers gets a good little stun there. Fire Giant spawns. Oh no, 7 just eats a ton of damage, and this is bad for Dire Dragons. As now Gaming Obelisk comes crashing down, gets kicked, but Big Cat turns it around, picks up one. Kenny picks up the other. The No Escape is channeled. They're going to pull in Embers, but I don't think they're going to get anything off of it. Strife is off the mark. But it's 1 minute without your ADC. It's going to stall out Dire Dragons. A really good pick there by A&M Century. They lose their jungler and their solo. But right now, there's not much with the health bars. There's not much Dire Dragons can do as far as objectives are concerned. It looks like they are going to look for this fight. Embers is full health. Not anymore. Crushes channel, crushes hit. On to Monkey. Kenny dashing in, looking to do something, but there's not much to do at the moment. Big Cat throws out the crush, eats away 50% of the life pool of Kiwi. And this is where they open it up a little bit. Can they decide to do something? They are going to decide to back. They want these full health bars. And I think that's the move here. It's a red buff grab by Big Cat. Maybe. I guess not. Going for back camps. Then red buff? Yeah, then the red buff. Kick Rocks is respawning now, but it's now going to be another 5v5 at the Fire Giant. Both teams are just stalled out. Kenny is standing up there. It's the fight of the supports. Honestly, let them pull Fire Giant. Just let the supports fight out in the fire ring. You know, that's what you got to do here. Monkey under the aggression now. Strife is good. Monkey does eat a lot of damage. Oh, Gaming Obelisk. Oh, thank everything that Scythe was off the mark is for the sake of 7. 7 would have been taken off the map. Holy. There's the golden apple, but it's off the mark. Not near a single soul. Kenny says, go ahead, hit me with no escape. I'll just ult for the CC immunity. He hits a couple. Groot in trouble here. Now has to back off slightly. This could be the opening Dire Dragons need. Their ADC is still standing pretty far back. There's the Medusa ult, though. Embers is in trouble. Can he get up in the ultimate? He can. Now chilling there, regenning some health. Good damage put out here. But now it's Gaming Obelisk looking for a pick, looking for a way in. And look behind, Groot Master has teleported in behind Big Cat, but Big Cat isn't going to get punished for it. Pretty big here. Embers is back. Embers going onto the Thanatos. Oh, I'm the Monster's off. That would have done enough to take him off the map, and now here's the death from above. Who is it going to find? It's going to find Kick Rocks, but it should be an exchange, and it will be. Embers picks up the kill here. Now a ton of damage coming out from this Scylla. You now see why Big Cat can be absolutely devastating to the enemy team. Oh my god, 3-man root, 1 gone with the crush. Kiwi will fall right after Monkey does. Monkey is gone as well. That is a deicide in favor of the Dire Dragons, and they are going to run it down towards the Titan. Ember is pretty tanky here. That is going to be a Phoenix in the solo side. He goes up in the ultimate, lets his clone take the damage. And now they are going to run it into the Titan room. And game number 1 should go the way of Dire Dragons here unless something goes terribly wrong. And it will not. Game number 1, Dire Dragons.
These old bones are really not meant for such fighting.
Yeah, that game was really back and forth. That game was really back and forth. I think both teams had like sparks of like brilliance where they played like super well, and then they had moments where it's like, what are we doing? And that can be a scary time. I have nothing to say about builds. I think builds across the board were good. There's a few changes I would have liked to have seen. I mean, that was a very long game though. I mean, as far as like what we've seen in Smite recently, we've seen a lot of like pre-30-minute games. So really surprising that game went on for that long. You know, wards across the board, I can't say enough. I mean, ward coverage is so needed in Smite. It's the one thing I talk about a lot in comp games. Both these teams warded well. Looking at, you know, damage numbers, I mean, kicks at 57k. You can't ask for more out of your Civ at 8, 5, and 13. Really, I think the problem for Dire Dragons was Gaming Obelisk on this Thanatos, and once they figured out how to deal with, hey, we're gonna lose 1, but after we lose 1, we can kind of just slam and kill him and then pick up more kills. They adjusted really well to that. I think that was good. Overall, good game from both teams. We're gonna head into game number 2 in just a moment. I need to go lay Logan down real quick and get a drink of water, and I will be right back, but I'll put on some music for y'all. BRB.
was in lobby. What are you talking
Yeah,
about? I
no,
joined the
no, you
channel.
weren't, bro. I literally looked at. I was like, this man says to pull him, but he ain't in a channel.
I
Oh
didn't
my
even
goodness.
like hyped that. I will admit that.
So boss changed the. So I'll be honest, everybody. We switched the live channel settings for Discord, and not to be against anybody. We just had someone join the Discord the other day and was immediately able to join live. And that is not how that should work. So
Yeah, I
boss
noticed
reworked the
that, and I was like,
perms. Yeah, boss reworked the perms, but now no one can join, so I have to go back and fix the perms again.
yeah, I was gonna say.
We'll fix that though. I was busy fixing like viewer rewards and other shenanigans today, which was way more important in my eyes than that. But game number 2, we're gonna have Nbright with us as the chair 2, because he wants to learn how to cast, and I think that's awesome. So
I'm just gonna do this way.
we're gonna let him try out this chair 2 thing and see how he likes it. I blame bats. I mean, cat. That's probably a good idea. Like contagion, not a bad idea. Possibly due to how much CC he was. I mean, yeah, but you didn't need 2 contagions, Ember. Like you already had the contagion on, Kenny, so like it was fine. But after game 2, like I told Cat, like I'll break some stuff down for y'all. And by the way, chat, like if you have games you want casted that are in AGL, OSL, SDL, Animosity, Vulpes, whatever league you're in, you can hit me up. I'm not saying that I can get them all casted because I'm not able to do that, but I mean I like to cast games, and if I can get them casted, I will. So I think looking at it, I think I'll have maybe 1 or 2 casts I could do this week. I have some sponsored streams this week, so keep an eye out for those. We'll be playing Fae Farm on stream and, oh my god, the other Nether Guild. And then we'll be doing some Dare Drop stuff this week. So we do have some like specific sponsored stuff coming. But if I can get casts in as well, I will do them. Like I'm not casting this Monday for collegiate, so I might pick up a collegiate game and cast it. Just hit me up and let me know. In fact, like we might take this Thursday off scrims, and I might like just do sponsored stuff that night or cast something. We'll see how it's going. USA versus Colorado tomorrow for Division 2. Hey, if you guys have a spectator, Jets, I can try to get it. I don't know if that's one of the ones Majin sent me. Let me see. Yeah, Majin, I know which one they're trying to cast tomorrow. And then, oh, you mean ASU versus Colorado? Wait, USA. South Alabama. Oh, yeah. My God, dude, I'm so stupid. I was I was like, USA. No, I got you. We didn't abbreviate it last week. That's what got me. If you guys haven't spectated, let me know. I will try to get it done, because for what I can tell, it's not just 2 days now. It's back to being 72 hours, which is sick.
We're just saying ASU Go Devils, by the way.
What?
I think he thinks it's Arizona State.
Who, me?
No, Riggs.
No, there is an ASU. There's an ASU team. Arizona State's playing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be yeah, there is.
Oh, there's only one. I don't know.
There's 2
colleges.
There's 2 ASU teams.
Rick says there's only one, and I should get fucked. Okay, you know what?
No, there's one ASU, but there's 2 ASU Smite teams, I believe. I'd have to look at the roster, but I think there's 2 because they have ASU go. I'll look after this game. Mods, Twitch mod. Well, no, Fro, I need to I'm gonna make it. I had it before where it's those roles, but I also had it where like people that I know that aren't gonna come in to live and do something crazy also had perms. Like I did individual perms, and then we changed something the other day and it threw it off.
Yeah, I noticed when that person joined the other day while you're doing.
Yeah, and they were fine. Like that's not against them whatsoever. Yeah, Kick Rocks. We just finished game 1. We're heading into game 2 right now. But yeah, we just had like a person be able to immediately join, and I was like, oh, that's not working right.
Was it me? I bet it was.
So I still blame Pats. Oh my god. All right, let's head into game number 2. Did they switch sides is the question. Yep. Right, let me fix this real quick. Then we have A&M Century. Oh, God bless it,
They
bro.
had to remake.
Yeah, they remade. I hate everything. All right, hold on. Let's see what they picked. All right, I'm gonna assume Thanatos was banned, and they didn't ban Scylla. That is a wild take.
I was gonna say, did they tell you who the bands were by any chance?
No, they didn't.
Unfortunately.
That's okay though, because I'm assuming Thana got banned. Thana and Wukong both got banned.
I mean, I would assume Wukong because Embers is a very heavy Wukong player for sure.
Yeah, and that left Pele open. That's scary. And Rat. My only question mark of is this Zhong Kui mid? Has to be, right?
Yeah,
no, that's
last game.
No, that's ADC.
Is that the ADC?
That's the ADC. It's Pele mid. Oh boy, this is spicy. Okay, I like that. It's Pele mid. It's Zong ADC. That's spicy, bro. Okay, yeah, I think making a live role is probably easier for sure. Then we have Martikaros, which we haven't seen a lot of in comp, honestly, since it's been nerfed a million times. Which I really think if they just nerfed the duration of his ult, that'd fix it.
Yeah, I definitely think the best fix for that is the duration. He's just... I do think the damage nerf helped a lot because he's not just killing you while you can't do anything to him.
You can just make it called live, Fro. That'll be fine. Scylla was 3rd pick for us. The fact that Scylla came through a 2nd game in a row is wild. Also, Kumba. I'm upset.
He did get buffed recently.
I don't care. Okay, so that he's OP now? No.
He was OP. I said he got buffed.
He can get buffed to the moon and back unless they fix his kit.
Hey, his one is on a 2-second shorter cooldown at all times until you would have it at max level anyways.
Here's what makes me mad. I know Kenny, and this pick is gonna go hard, but like I am just mad that it's gonna go hard. You know what I mean?
I really want this. No offense, Dire Dragons, but I want this Zong ADC to pop off.
I mean, yeah, Zong. This pick, look, okay. I've seen Pele mid, and it pops when it works. But like Zong Kui ADC, that's not something we get to see very often. That takes some confidence, to say the least. All right, we'll hop into game number 2. I'll reorganize everything. We'll see how it goes. That's a lot of Zong, bro. Oh my god.
It's just.
Oh my god.
I think there might be a mid player who converted to ADC. Or a solo player, for that matter.
That is a Zong main if I've ever seen one. Holy smokes. Jesus. I have a lot to say. Oh, there's only 2 moves on this side to get it right? Yo, that's sick. And on this, oh my god, sign me up. It's going to reset on the left side. That makes me upset. That's fine. Yeah, Zong main in the house, I guess. This is going to be a fire build, I bet. Does he go mannequins is the question. That's what we really want to know. Oh my god, it reset again. Quit resetting, please.
I just want to see his starter. I need to see his starter before anything. Oh my god, he went mannequins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he go mannequins? That's the question. Oh my god, everybody on Dire Dragons cooked this game.
Let's see if anyone forgets to cook.
7 just didn't cook the whole last game. I'm pretty sure. Cat decided to start cooking after 10 minutes. He decided that's when he wanted to become relevant in the game, was when he got to cook then. What is cook? I'm just convinced myself you don't cook, it's because you burnt the recipe. That's what I've figured out.
Vio says recipes are awful, by the way.
Yo, honestly, what if, like, okay, hear me out. Like, what if you just didn't cook in, like, 8 minutes or whatever, no matter the game mode, they're just like, you can't cook anymore.
Like, I think that'd be interesting, but also
I love
pointless.
that. I would love it. And, oh, it's absolutely pointless, but I would just think it's hilarious. Or, like, what if you didn't complete your recipe by, like, X amount of time? You burnt the recipe, and you don't even get any of the gold for passive. Like, it takes the gold away.
That would be interesting.
Like, you go to sell it, and you lose gold. Like, oh my god, dude. Not me thinking of ways to troll people. That's probably not for the best.
It is interesting to see Ao Kwang with, oh my gosh, what is the
Party punch? Oh, yeah. Maybe it pops off. I don't know. It could be okay. I mean, I like Claw. The lifesteal on it's pretty good. But I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
See?
You guys, I think Green Buff Camp has top damage right now. Oddly enough. And that could be detrimental. That's a lot of free damage. You know, on a Kiwi. And a Monkey, for that matter. Monkey ate a lot of damage off that as well. I just want to know what's going to happen in this lane. You have a Martikaros versus Zong.
Zong, actually, as ADC, does tend to do pretty well. Because he gets basically double autos out of his 3, it can help with your clear quite a bit. Can you go to solo lane?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, he hit a lot. You know, that's fine. He went tainted. This is going to be a fun time for, like, the first... This man's honking. Ember's out here honking a lot. And this Tainted's going to be a little bit of a rough start, but I think after 5 minutes, it's not going to matter. Oh, God. Down
Tainted does tend to be the normal start for Jormungandr. Tainted into the... What is that item called? Chronos Pendant. Tends to be the start people go. Get the cooldown on mine. You don't have sustain, so you kind of steal a bit from your lane opponent.
Oh, First Blood's... Oh, it's not coming from this side. I was like, First Blood's coming from solo? That's wild.
Do have a rotation in here from Rat, possibly.
Yeah, Obelisk is hanging around. I don't think he dives tower for it. I mean, he's a mad lad, but I don't think he's that much of a mad lad. 7 looking to come back over to mid lane, it looks like. And Aces could be under some pressure here again, as the Pele is going to take a little bit of time to get online against this Scylla because the clear just isn't as relevant. Crush hits the mark here onto Aces. And I worry for this Pele just based off the sense of clear alone. That's my concern here for the Pele.
I think the clear will be fine. Like, Scylla isn't known for having the best clear either early. He kind of doesn't get online until around 6 or 7. It still takes a fairly large part of her combo to clear the wave.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about the fact that, you know, the Pele's walking into some crushes for free. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. Like, yeah, that can be detrimental to the health. 7 just chilling here.
Can be a problem.
Corner camping. Group Master is the honk master himself, Sir Embers, comes honking in. And it will be a first blood onto Group Master in the solo lane. But 7 Soul picks it up, just like last game, getting active early. Meanwhile, over in duo side, it is a 3v2 against Kenny and Kick Rocks here. And it looks like they're going to be able to walk away and not really have to worry about taking too much damage here. Pretty much unscathed. We have a lot of bluestones in this game. Oh god, Kenny goes in.
For the Pumbaa is the knockup immunity in the 2 is going to be useful into this team. There's a death in mid.
Yeah, Big Cat picks up a kill onto Century Aces. And I mean, it looks like it's a pretty close exchange here. Big Cat going to get that, though, and that's going to be a nice solo kill pickup and getting a walk away. Now level 5. Looks like it channeled the I'm a Monster to get that kill. The amount of honks that Embers is doing is obnoxious, to say the least. Yeah, wherever he goes. It's going to be a knock-up here, it looks like, on the Group Master. But, 7 decides to let it go. I think they might have been able to pick something up there, as 7 does have the ultimate up and could have used it if wanted. Kenny and Kick Rock still staying active over here in the duo side. Monkey looking to roll out. Oh, that's... okay. You know, I appreciate it. Yep. Group Master, you know, still raging out over here. Somehow still alive. No mana for 7 over here to be able to do anything more. They've been really active over on the solo side this game for Dire Dragons, which is not the case of what it was like in game number 1, switching up the playstyle a little bit.
I mean, they have all the pressure in mid. They don't really have a reason to go there all that much, and they have almost no pressure in duo. So...
oh. Century Aces dives here with the ultimate, but I mean, for what? I don't know if that was a misclick or what, but I mean, diving the tier 1 tower is a bit scary. I'm the monster channeled off the mark here. Game Obelisk going up into the Cosmos, but it's too late as Big Cat puts him down. Now Century Aces in trouble here. Should be a double kill for the Scylla, and it is. Big Cat on the board, 3-0 at 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, the Scylla really has gotten off to a really good start. Having the pressure to clear the wave was really big for her, and with First Blood has kind of been able to just push a lead really well.
Yeah, it hasn't really backed much yet. I mean, it got the first part of the spear online, but I imagine that first back is going to be a nice little power spike into this Pele that appears to be going Transcendence most likely, and that's going to take a while to stack too, and that's not necessarily the power spike that you want this, or like you need it earlier, and you can't afford to be behind and trying to stack Transcendence to try to catch up. Like, it just feels bad.
Yeah, Trans is normally the first item you get on her, but yeah, being as far behind as she is, she's going to be fighting to catch up through most of the game. People have been throwing Pele in mid because of her pressure into these mages, but when you don't have anything, what is she supposed to do in this situation? So she's kind of just going to have to sit back and try and farm right now. Hopefully not ult a Bastion again. We'll see.
Yeah, and now that the supports have rotated, it's going to get a lot harder for Century Aces on this Pele, because now you have to worry about, oh, am I going to get mesmerized if I go in? And if I get mesmerized, am I just going to get shredded down? I mean, there's a lot of good things that this Kumba brings to the table, as much as I like to hate on it early on in the picks and bans, but that's just the way it goes. Now, having to use that ult defensively is not what you want to have to do as a Pele. You know, we see Assassins ult defensively. We saw it last game by Gaming Obelisk, but was able to like turn some of those around or just ult out in that way. And we've seen it with things like Arachne using it defensively, but Pele specifically really doesn't want to have to use her ult defensively. It has too much damage in the kit to want to do it that way.
It's hasten ring over here in the Zone Kui as well. As Marty's also starting to stack his trans too. Gank comes in.
Yeah, there's nothing going to happen here. Kenny's going to throw him up in the air. And they could choose to go on to Kiwi here. Oh, 7 gets a nice little dash off, and Kick Rock starts the ultimate early as another solo kill goes for Big Cat in the mid lane. It's a 3v2 over here in the duo lane, but that's going to be a wash. Cat now 4-0 on this Scylla. And now you know why I'm talking about why we should have got it banned game number 2.
Also seeing about a 4K or 3K gold lead right now as well for Dire Dragons. Most of that most likely being in the Scylla, but Scylla and Yorm, I would assume, have a pretty good lead right now. A level in solo, a level in jungle, and 2 levels in mid has kind of just let them get this good start that you want with the Scylla Marty combo.
What's interesting too, you have this Ratatasker. You would think, hey, Scylla's off to this really fast start. Is there a way we can take her off the map? Is there something we can do here? And I mean, that's who you have to take off the map at this point. Big Cat's level 10. It's 8 minutes into the game. Like you have to kill him. And whoever gets that shutdown is a lot of gold. So just make sure it's not your support. As Kick Rocks beats as he runs away from Kiwi here. And Kiwi's damage is going to be felt. And I'm assuming that's going to be a Typhoon's on the way. And that oh, I guess it could be Bancroft's for Nimble.
I could see Nimble Bancrofts. I don't think you solo item Typhons without any other lifesteal. It does have quite a bit of pin, but doing that second item, I don't know if that's what you want during those exchanges. Where Typhons will let you get a little bit of that attack speed online if you go Nimble, and gives you that sustain when you start to get low in those 1v1 fights as well, similar to how Aussie would. So it could
Yeah.
be useful for those fights.
We just have to remember that I am a resident Bancrofts hater. Specifically Nimble Bancrofts. I just don't like the item. I want to. I just don't think it feels good. 7 looking to get active here. Oh, Cat's on the rotation too. This is huge. Kenny's moving over here as well. This is going to be a 4v really quick. Crush off the mark here. Can Kick Rocks get a root? The answer is no. Now Kenny has Monkey here, but Century Aces have made a rotation as well. This might be an opportunity for Century to get back into the game. Dire Dragons have to play carefully here. They cannot allow this Pele to get online after it's been shut down most of the game. And here comes the Honk Master himself. Sir Empress has made the rotation. It's a 5v4 here. Gaming Obelisk going up into the air. They're gonna look for the Marty, but the Marty's up in the air. Meanwhile, Monkey is gone. I'm the Monster channeled, and it hits. And now Century in trouble. Gone is the Pele yet again, and Kiwi is going to be looked at here, and the gray screen is going to be where the Zhong Kui goes next. Ember dives the tower. Goodbye, Century Kiwi. Gaming Obelisk is the next on the menu, and it's going to be a chomp chomp from the dragon, and it's going to be a Gold Fury for the Dire Dragons.
You see Embers rotate over here pretty early on in that fight, and allows them to push a 4v1, or a 4-for-1 in that fight. You have Kakolin in the right lane, didn't rotate, just trying to catch up from that deficit he had early. And proxying, taking some waves, and trying to see what he can do to come back into this game.
I mean, that's an early Gold Fury. That's huge.
I mean, they have nearly a...
It's 5,000.
4K, nearly 5K gold lead.
It's like 4,500. That's a good gold lead for 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Not insurmountable, but I mean that's you're in a tough situation, and your solo laner's 0-0-5.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something you see at this point of the game very often. But I mean, you have to start looking at this Scylla and going, that's 6-0-1. How do we kill it?
They have two very late game mages who are just ahead right now.
Yeah.
With a 3-0 Ao Kuang and a 6-0 Scylla, they really just have all the pressure and all the space they could want right now. Letting them kind of get off to do whatever they want.
Now it's a rotation by A&M Century over the solo side here. They're trying to help Group Master out. I'm the Monster's off the mark. Big Cat still trying to confirm damage here. Eats a Cataclysm, but picks up a kill anyway. And finally, Century Aces picks up the kill they've been waiting for. The shutdown is good onto the Scylla as the beacon spawns. But Kenny is rotating over, looking to see, can they turn something around over here in solo? And the answer is going to be no for now, as Embers did back to teleport back in. But this is an opening for A&M Century now. They can move towards this beacon. Do they have the damage to control it? I'm not so sure, as Kick Rocks is rotating in here. If this Marty hits a good combo with the root, it could be devastating. That doesn't happen here early. Good mez by Kenny as Aces comes in. An early ult here by Kick Rocks. That's maybe a little too early. I would have liked to seen it waited for. I don't think they could have went on him as early as they wanted to. The up down by Gaming Obelisk now, thanks to Kenny. That epic uppercut taking him out. But now 7 Soul eating a lot of damage. Can't confirm and execute. Ends up dying for his troubles. And Century Aces lives to see another day. But now Kiwi is here. And Kiwi is throwing out the damage, releasing the souls just to get the damage and push off the Dire Dragons from this beacon. The beacon getting slow close to channeling all the way to be theirs, and it will be for the Order side. A&M get the beacon as a retaliation for the early aggression by the Dire Dragons.
Those rotations came out really strong for them there. You get two very heavy shutdowns in those fights. Shutting down Ao Kuang and Scylla. Scylla was 7-0 at the time. Pele able to back for full Soul Eater and a T1 of another item. Probably got about 1,000 gold, and they brought this gold deficit down from 5K to about 2, allowing them to have a lot of pressure taken off their shoulders with how far behind they were to start.
Yeah, and that's the one thing is like I was going to talk about when you have a 4,500 gold lead earlier, like, yeah, that's huge, but it's also not insurmountable. Like, you can come back from it. Oh my god, Gaming Obelisk, gone! Seven Soul just deleted that man from existence. Unfortunate for the Ratatasker there, just cannot channel and get up there as quickly as they were able to on the Thanatos last game. Monkey looking to try to, you know, do some damage to 7 here, but you're a Geb.
Seven Soul does have about a 2-level lead right now. That's really where your only lead is. You're actually down in both the dual laners and your support about a level and your ADC about 2 levels. This Zong is kind of getting a bit ahead of the Smarty, and it's gonna start to stack up here soon.
I think
especially
they
with Marty
Beacon was
going
up.
for a second stacking item.
Aces has to ult away defensively here. And this is going to be problematic. I mean, you do have the deficit. It is a Typhon's Fang on a line now for the Zhong Kui. That pin's going to be pretty good, especially now, 20% pin on these healthy targets. I mean, I look at this Jormungandr, 20% pin's going to go kind of hard. So something to watch out for here is Kenny and Seven rotating behind. Gaming Obelisk could be in a little bit of trouble. That tower is half health. They're going to pick up Group Master first. They force out the ultimate of the Ratatasker. Great beads by Seven here. There's the crush thrown out. Gaming Obelisk able to go in on Embers and pick up that kill. Now, can they get out is the question. Seven Soul fighting against Monkey here. The root off the mark, so is the crush. But the I'm the Monsters channel, will it connect? The answer is no. Gaming Obelisk able to dodge out of everything here, as Master Piccolo would want him to do. But now Century Aces is in trouble. So is Gaming Obelisk. Oh my god, Seven connected that. That was a wild interaction to watch because it went with the dash there. Got it channeled just before it went off. Great pickup there by Seven. And that's going to help out Dire Dragons here. Keep the pressure up in mid. They might be able to get a tier 1 tower here. But not only that, Gold Fury's up. Primal Fury could be on the map here. It's a rotation from Kiwi now over to the mid side, looking to relieve that pressure for Century Aces. I mean, the level deficit that Century Aces had early on is now gone, which has to feel good.
Yeah, they do have
Soul
all
Eater, too.
the only level deficit down is still in this jungle. They still do have a little bit of a gold lead to push here. Another fight breaks out.
Yeah, Century H is going to be in trouble here. Has to ult away. Seven's going to chase it. And now the World Serpent is as well. Come crashing down on top of the Pele's head. That's 1, that's 2. Throw a pull down to call it a day. It's going to be... Oh, nice stun there by Gaming Obelisk. Maybe Ember's overstayed his welcome. The answer is no. They trade. I think that's sort of worth it. But now, through the Cosmos is challenged. They're looking for the Ao Kuang. Are they going to be able to find it? He dodges the knockup from the Shockwave. Kenny in trouble here, but Gaming Obelisk dies and dives and gets a kill, but gets killed on the back end, which is what we saw he start doing on the Thanatos in game number 1. A fight still breaking out here between Kick, Rocks, Cat, Kenny, trying to fight against Groot and Monkey. The damage being channeled out here by the Scylla is just fantastic. Kick Rocks looking for more, but at some point you have to stop. You don't know where the Zhong Kui is. Sometimes you just have to walk away. You're 2 levels down. Go get the farm, pick up the shield buff, go get a wave, do something else. You have to start getting this farm back as an ADC. I mean, it's a rough time.
The problem Dire Dragons are facing right now is they're not using any of their pressure to really do anything. Like, they're just pushing fights that don't accomplish much. It's been even trades because this Zhong Kui is big right now. So he's been able to trade into most of the Dire Dragons fairly well, even picking up Ao Kuang there during that fight. So every fight they push, it's just nothing's being accomplished on either side, which lets this Century team catch back up into these fights. It's just been good for them for the most part.
Cat hits so hard. If he would have hit the root there, I'm pretty sure he would have been able to kill Century. It's just wild how much damage. He forced out the ultimate, which again, they're forcing this ultimate by the Pele defensively, so like they get rid of the threat of the fight from the Pele, because she can't just dive in and do what she wants. But I do agree, like you need to be able to get this pick and then go for gold or go for pyro. And meanwhile, on the right side of the map is A&M. They're going to have to catch up because Ember's already made the rotation, and they're going to pick up this Geb. Geb is going to die. There's no way Geb lives here. Cataclysm channeled. Oh my god, I'm a Monster's off the mark.
Ult out of that Gab.
Oh my god, Kenny hits the uppercut on the dashing, and Scylla or sorry, not the dashing in Pele, and that's absolutely huge for this fight. It looked like Century Aces was going to go crazy in the backline and just couldn't, and now Ember's in trouble here, gets shredded down, will end up falling. The Group Master also in trouble. Kiwi is going to start getting looked at sooner rather than later. 7 able to dash away, but not for long. 7 has fallen. Can they pick up more is the question for A&M. Groot is in trouble here. Great shield out by the Geb. Kick Rocks is picked up, and now it's Cat and Kenny versus the 4 A&M members that still stand. It's a 1 for 4, and that's not what you want to see if you're a Dire Dragons player.
Again, we see them forcing these fights, and it's just all it's doing is letting A&M get back into these games very heavily, and because of it, the gold lead is almost gone. If they confirm this pyro, I think it might completely be gone.
And oh my god, Kenny and Cat die on the backside of it too. Oh no. I mean, that turns into a 1 for 5 at that point, and you lost pyro. And you're going to lose your tier 1 in mid.
We're really seeing the strength of this Zongkui ADC.
Yeah, and I think that's going to start going away as they get more anti-heal online. I mean, that's part of the problem right now. They have the Tainted, they have the Divine, but that's it. Like, they need something else for the anti-heal.
They have a Brawlers on this Marty as well, and Marty does innately have some anti-heal in his kit as well. On his 2. So
yeah, but once Tainted's fully upgraded, oh my god, it's going to go hard.
It'll help quite a bit. We also see this Erosion coming out from Kenny to try and counteract some of these shields from the Geb. Geb finishes a Pridwin, it'll just help out more and more as this match goes on.
I just realized they must have banned Charon too. Oh, Kiwi's dead. Nom 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 nom. As Gaming Obelisk is up in the trees, but there is no one for him to go on. Actually, to mention that, as Ember pointed out in chat, the defense on Breastplate, Tainted is the best defensive item in the game.
It is Tainted and Breastplate are the 2 heaviest defense right now.
Yeah. And Tainted's been that way for a long time. Oh, Ember's winning hard, eats half his health, but still has Word Serpent, so he can dive in, dive out. 7 picks up Group Master, and A&M falling off the board here. And now it's just going to be walk back, get a Primal Fury for free for the Dire Dragons. They might try to bail out their solo laner here, as Ember still is in there hard. Still above 50% health, which is huge. Dire Dragons, really, they just need to send people to Gold Fury. They do not have to go in here and save. He's going to be fine.
Having 5 go back into that, there really wasn't a point for it. All it does is delay a whole lot of page to get this Primal. And Primal will be big here to help with their clear, for sure, on these objectives later on in the game.
Yeah, it's going to go hard on the Fire Giant pulls for sure. 7 getting poked out here. Ember's getting poked out as well. This Gold Fury is still standing, and Kiwi could come in and take it. Oh, nice mez by Kenny. And now it's a teleport in by Group Master, and this is where things could get a little sketchy for Dire Dragons. Gaming Obelisk diving in, looking for Embers, is going to find him. Oh my god, 7 got the back. I did not think he was going to be able to channel it off. He is able to get out here. Kenny just runs away, and now it's a stall out for A&M here. They should be running over, I guess, to Oracle / the Fire Giant side of the map if they want to pick up, or, you know, force something. They could. They're 22 minutes in. I think they do have enough shred if they wanted to do something crazy. But right now, Centuries goes in, and Centuries gets deleted by the I'm the Monster from Big Cat. And that's a little scary.
Yeah, followed closely by this Zongkui with that damage for sure, too. Colin, I guess, you know, solo damage staying up there still at this point in the game, but he is getting damage in there, too. That is making a difference in these fights.
Yeah, I do like the idea of the contagion here for him, and he's going into a Pridwin, which will be interesting to say the least.
I'm surprised he's going for that Pridwin instead of the Breastplate as well.
Yeah, I expected more of Breastplate for him, but you know, maybe he wants the shield that comes with it, with the explosion. I mean, he does get in there. I just don't know how useful is it going to be. We'll have to see how that pans out.
My only problem with it is they already have an Erosion online.
Yep.
They're I mean, there's not much other anti-shielding they're most likely going to go into with this team necessarily, though, but just stacking more shields may not be the right choice when you already have this Geb that they're trying to build anti-shielding.
Dude, Kenny's a menace with these uppercuts. He has hit all of them. I don't think he's missed an uppercut. Now, Embers is diving in. You can see, are they just playing distraction, looking to catch someone out? What's the plan here? Cat eating a lot of damage. And now it's Kiwi chasing down the Scylla. Is Cat going to look to go back in? He can't. Gaming Obelisk is there looking for the damage, and Cat should end up falling on the backside. Somehow dashes away and is going to live? Oh, there's the blank for Gaming Obelisk. I changed my mind. Caster Curse, the Scylla is the way of the road here. And A&M are staying very aggressive in this fight. 7 looking for something, but wasn't in execute range. Just gets the knockup, and Gaming Obelisk picks up a second kill. It's going to be a third. Triple kill for the Rat. Oh, this is problematic for the Dire Dragons, as now it's a Fire Giant pulled here for A&M. And they don't care about them being at a gold deficit. That's about to get evened out. Kenny is still here, looking to try to dissuade them from going to fire. He actually did a good job of mezzing them into fire pools, and he might actually pick up a kill here. He's doing a lot of work on this Kumakarne. He does! He picks up Century Aces! No way! Oh my god, he almost picked up a double kill onto them. Please tell me Fire Giant. Oh my god, Fire Giant kills Group Master, bro. There's no way.
He had no reason to go back in. He was already out. The Zong was in there, able to finish it off. He had enough sustain, and he just goes back in to die for no reason.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, is he gonna go back in? And I was like, surely he doesn't. And then he just walked back in and died. That is wild.
I just want to know... I just realized this Kokolin has Aegis.
Yeah.
I know for most executes you go Aegis, but in case you don't know, going into this Ao Kuang, you can get beads. Beads are just going to be a better relic, and you can actually beads at the start of the Ao Kuang's ult rather than having to pre-Aegis the ult, so you don't get executed. So beads into an Ao Kuang is by far the better choice, most likely.
I think he went Aegis because of the Scylla.
Do you?
I do. He has one magical defense item. I'm not gonna count Pridwin. I'm just not going to. And I think I look at these damage numbies. And you know, Scylla's up here. And now Kwang's right here. Not too far off, but I'm really feeling like maybe the Scylla is the reason he went that Aegis. I'll never know.
It's just always a weird decision. As we see another epic uppercut hit on Aces.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm in this game and I'm against Kenny, I might be tilted. Because this man is literally just uppercutting them over and over and over again. And I played against him on Najah the other day, where he would blink, and I don't even think he was meaning to hit me with Najah ult. But he did. I got hit with Windfire Wills like 7 times. And 2 of those times got me killed.
I think most of these uppercuts also have hit aces, which, you know, as the mid laner, kind of starts to drive you insane after a little while.
He hit aces in the middle of his ult. Like, at the middle of the dash, he hit aces.
He really is spending more time in the air than he is on the ground at this point.
He's like, fight breaks out. Oh, God, Kumba's here, and then gets uppercutted. Empress is being a serpent. Going somewhere. There we go. This man was just diving. Where is he? What is he doing? I don't know what this fight is anymore. I thought I knew, but I don't. I think both teams are confused. Like, they're fighting over a Primal Fury, like it's Fire Giant.
While Fire Giant is down, and there's fire on 3.
Oh my God! Big Cat hits the ult. Deletes 1, confirms a good bit of damage here, and this is huge for Big Cat. That's a double kill. He might pick up a triple. No, 7 picks up that. Now looking to see, can he confirm the damage onto Groot? Kick Rocks gets a kill here, and that's going to be a deicide in favor of Dire Dragons. There is no way, based off how that fight starts, you convince me that that's going to be a deicide for Dire Dragons, especially with how low these health bars all are while they're pulling Primal. What a wild fight there that goes just all in favor of Dire Dragons, swinging the gold lead back up to 6K, and they can push down a tower here.
I mean, when everyone groups on top of each other like that, the Scylla 2, Scylla ult just crush into
free.
I'm a monster. Just it can team wipe with just those two.
You know what Relic was using that fight?
Aegis.
Aegis, yeah. It was. I think it's more funny that Zhang Kui doesn't have Aegis.
Zhang Kui does have Blink.
Yep. Yeah. So I think that I don't hate it.
It is not necessarily the wrong choice. This character does not have a good way of getting into these team fights sometimes, so you can just end up blinking into the middle of 5 people and popping your ult and getting all your damage off. You're expected to die when you ult anyways as Zhang a lot of the time.
Oh, 100%.
He is a character who's very all in, so he's going in, popping his ult, getting all the damage off he can, and hoping that the rest of his team could finish off the problems afterwards.
Gaming Obelisk get in trouble here. It has to just immediately channel the ult. And it's like, oh, I'm going to jump out. And then it's like, no, you're not. You're going to land still into a fight. Oh, this is terrified. Monkey eating a lot of damage here. Monkey is going to get taken off the board. I'm a monster. Just connects. I mean, it's free. 99. Oh my god. Century Kiwi loses half his health. And that's a double kill for Cat. This Scylla going just absolutely insane here. 13, 3, and 6 is the Scylla. And there's 7 picking up a kill as well. And this is huge. It's going to be a free enhanced fire for Dire Dragons now.
I will say it is very interesting to me in these builds on the ADCs. Seeing Redstone picked up by the Smarty, you tend to see just straight into Brooch instead.
Yeah, Brooch.
And I do think he upgraded to the right upgrade on that mannequins going into the mace, but I think that Hidden Blade could have actually been better for him because it gives him power, which would have helped his abilities just a little bit more than a little bit of burn damage. And the chunking from mannequin Hidden Blade is actually fairly decent if he wants to blink ult in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think either one's fine. I think Hidden Blade could have went hard. But right now, it's Dire Dragons just assaulting this right side Phoenix, and they are looking for blood. They want to end this game. Cataclysm's channeled through the Cosmos is coming this way too. And right now, I mean, Dire Dragons, it's I'm a monster channeled. And the question is, who's it going to land on? It takes away half a Kiwi's life. Monkey in trouble, and they're all in trouble. They have to back away. Dire Dragons can walk in and take this Phoenix now. There is not much of a threat. The ults are gone, and you still have an Epic Uppercut, and you have an Execute online. So they're going to stand here. They're going to wait for a wave to show up, which is walking up right now. They have, oh my, Ember's on the left-hand side. They weren't even aware of it. And now it's dashing in. Ember's in the back line, though. He's going to get a great knock-up here. Kick Rocks is in trouble, but 7 picks up the kill on the Century Aces. That's 1 down, more to go. Groot steps up, trying to get some damage off, trying to push out the Dire Dragons and say, please leave our Phoenix alone. Half health is the Phoenix. What can they do? Kick Rocks is half a football field back, trying to stay away as Century Kiwi just under the aggression. 7 Soul is going to get chunked down here, but not after picking up a kill himself. Cat picks up Monkey. Cat would have picked up Gaming Obelisk, but somehow Gaming Obelisk is able to live here. Group Master is going to fall. Here's the Kumba passive. Can they save the life of Kenny? Will Kenny get to res? The answer right now is yes. And now there is the ult from the Ratatasker on to Big Cat. Really needed there for Kick to land the root, but it's going to be okay. As Gaming Obelisk falls, the wave's here, and that should be game number 2 for Dire Dragons, unless Century Aces can save it. Oh, maybe.
It looks like they don't want to push into this. They're scared of Aces defending. The Titan does have cleave autos now, allowing it to kind of clear your team a little bit better in the wave itself as well, so saying it's safer to back up, go get some health, go heal up, get the whole team together. Maybe push down this Pyro, push down that Oni Fury, get some Oni Fire Waves going. Very helpful.
I mean, shout out to Century Aces there, because that could have went wrong really quick. You see a lot of people, when they're in like a 1v multi situation, go in too hard, they die, and then they lose the game. And honestly, just a great job there to finish it out. And make sure, hey, I'm going to push them off the Titan. I'm going to make sure we still have a chance to stay in this game. They're 14k down, or 13.5k down. It's rough.
Especially with this Pele not being 20 yet, with getting Broach online, allowing her to help with this wave clear as well. You don't really have that ranged poke that you normally would.
Yeah.
But you do notice in that siege, it is a bit difficult to siege with this Marty. He's not your traditional ADC, so his clear is, or his power push is just slightly worse for your team in these fights. And we do see Dire Dragons decide to go for this Oni Fury. Those Oni Fire Waves and Rake could put a lot of pressure pushing down that lane and allow them to put pressure into the left lane, try and get the left side duo lane Phoenix down, and allow you to have pressure for the next FG that'll come up.
And the one thing I knew Cat was just popping off with these like multi-kills, and I've known Sevens pop up, but Sevens 13, 5, and 10. I mean, it's just absolutely devastating when the mid jungle is a combined 27, 9, and 20. You have to kill both of them.
There has been a lot of pressure from both of these players in this game. It has allowed everybody else kind of free reign to do what they need, and there hasn't been much that they've really needed to do either. They kind of have just said, get in the backpack and let's go all game.
And I like this split by 7 here, forcing them to respect the fact of, like, I'm not going to give you a free 5v5. You're going to have to defend your mid Phoenix. And this makes them split the decision. What do they want to go do here? And right now, Dire Dragons can sit here and wait. They're not forced to do anything. Oni Fire minions are pushing Oni Fire is pushing the right side.
Yeah, Oni Fire minions as they push a fight into his Phoenix.
Ooh, Embers eats a lot of damage here. Goes in the World Serpent, and this is going to be the death of Groot, possibly. We'll actually be able to survive here. Great ult there by Big Cat onto Kiwi. Forces them not to be able to step up here. And Groot is the one that's going to fall here even after the Gep Shield. Century Aces comes flying in, and it's an epic uppercut. We've been talking about it all game. He does pick up a double kill, but Kenny, being a menace on the Kumba Karne, is going to make sure Century Aces doesn't get to have a fun time. Right now, it is trade.
Spending more time in the air than on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's just a frustrating experience overall. I mean, they do have these fire minions pushing the right side here. There has to be some respect put on that. But Fire Giant's up, and honestly, Dire Dragons, with who they have up, can run towards Fire Giant and take it.
They do have a lot of pressure here. They did use their bomb in that fight, it looks like. It didn't... Did you see where the bomb went in that fight at all?
No.
Or was it just dropped and blown up, most likely?
I was going to say, I wonder if he was either dropped or blown up, or when you had that engaged by Groot, I wonder if it was just like a panic drop to do a knock-up. I mean, it does, like, possible. Either way, it got no use whatsoever. I mean, yeah, cool, you picked up Groot. I don't know if that really mattered at that point. You're going to get him anyway. But no use out of the bomb there. Big sad. For those that don't know, you can kill the bomb. Who's teleporting? Okay, it's Embers. Thank God. I didn't see the ward for a second.
Going directly into the middle of that FG and 5 people. That would have been a great play.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really afraid that was gonna happen, and I was like, well, and that's how you lose the game. Been there.
Just a misclick and everything's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Too often have I been there. Really great push out here by Dire Dragons. Groot looking to zone them out, but it's gonna end up paying the price here. Cat picks up another kill. Cat trying to get to 20 if possible, it looks like. Kick rocks up in the air, trying to shred those protections down. Here's on the monster. Is it going to connect? It does. And Century Ace is gone. Kiwi's gone. That's 2. That's a triple kill Oh my god, is Cat gonna get the Penta is the question. Here's the uppercut. It has to land. You have to get the Quadra here, Cat. Don't choke it. There's the Quadra. We're looking for a Penta kill for the Scylla. Oh, he's not gonna go for it. I stay. I stay, and I make my team come in there and kill the Geb. 100%. 7 is the bait here. You get the... Come on. Someone do it. Someone knock out. There's the root. There's the damage. You just don't have enough. You can't shred him down. Game number 2. Gonna go the way of Dire Dragons this time around. And a Quadra kill is what's gonna end it.
I think you go for the Penta there. If it's anyone other than the Gab, you can blow them up. But being this Gab, he's very tanky.
I go for it anyway. I
know you do, boys.
I int for that Penta.
You do those.
It is a comp Penta. I int for that Penta. Geb or not, I int. My team, screw the Phoenix, dude. 100% onto the Geb. You all had enough CC.
We got a Penta.
Yep. There's enough CC. That's all I'm saying. Zong ADC started off good, like you think it would. Kind of fell off late. I'm not too surprised by that.
I mean,
I wonder if it would have been facilitated better if they had something different in mid.
I think they had no pressure in mid for most of the game because the Scylla did get a lead, and they really didn't have any range in this match was part of the problem as well. Like, Zong was all of your ranged poke. There really wasn't anything you could do once you started to get behind. Like, Zong is good early because he has those protections innately in his kit, and he does just have good pressure. That's why you see him in solo a lot of the time, but only so much you can do with a small lead on an ADC that doesn't really get pushed anywhere else.
Yeah, overall, great performance by Dire Dragons. I mean, you got to ban the Scylla. Simple as that. I mean, put some respect on his name. I don't have anything else to say on that front. He goes 25-12. Game number 1, yeah, I think he went like 6-4, but still, I mean, he was shredding the damage. I mean, he had top damage by far in the lobby. I'm happy about wards though. Good wards.
Yeah, getting wards down. We only see a couple under double digits. Which,
yeah,
very impressive.
Also, what's up, Bruna? How you doing? How you doing?
Blaze will make sure the game gets thrown as long as he gets the Penta.
I wouldn't have thrown the game. I would have. I mean, they don't throw there. Even they could have all died and they would have been up before they lost. Because you can't. They wouldn't have been able to push everything down.
That Geb just wins the game on his own.
Yeah. Geb rolls out, just deals 1 billion damage. I like the switch up of picking Staff of Mirrodin here. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll be honest. There's a lot going on here.
I think that build is fine.
I hate this.
I think you need to hit 20 or 40% cooldown on Marty personally, and Failnaught is just better than Jotun's.
Anyway, I just don't. I don't know.
I know you disagree with me on that one, but I
wouldn't have built Failnaught. There's no shot I build that item. And the thing is like you have your 10 here and you have 10 here. I'd almost rather see a breastplate. Like that's how crazy. Like that's how like much I don't like Failnaught by itself in a build. And I know people are building it.
Very heavily picked up recently. Yeah, Failnaught just has really good stats. It has always been one of the best stat sticks in the game. I was actually looking through attack speed items earlier, or ADC items earlier, and when it comes to attack speed items, at the very least, there isn't anything that gives you as much power as Failnaught does. I know it's not an attack speed item, but it also gives you crit and pen and 20% cooldown as well.
Yeah, we had an item like that. It was called Analysis Bow, and they nerfed it to where it's garbage now.
Hey, it does. I think it actually has the highest power outside of Aussie.
The item is garbage. No one's convinced me otherwise.
Oh, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying I was looking through attack speed items, and I just went Kins because it had almost the same
But
power.
that's the thing. Like, you know what I'd rather see here? Like a Kins. I just don't. I get it. Like, I get there's cooldown. I get there's 20%. I've played a lot of Marty. I don't think you need the 20% cooldown. I don't like for me. I'd rather see a Titan's Bane here.
I would honestly rather see a Crusher.
Yeah, and
Um,
Crusher's fine. You get that attack speed. Um, Other than that, I mean, I think the rest of this is pretty fine. Like, I'd like to know why Kenny. Oh, okay, he bought Eldritch Dagger. That's why. Um, I zoned out for a second. I saw this and was like, why didn't he upgrade this? It's because I didn't look right anymore.
he also has no
Um,
other cooldown in the build outside of that Eldritch Dagger.
yeah,
Very interesting choice
that's
on
fine.
the Scoomba.
That's fine. He uppercutted everybody. It's fun.
I mean, when you never miss him, who needs another one?
Yeah. This is curious too. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure about the Bloodforge when you weren't.
Killing.
You know what I would rather see instead of that Bloodforge in this match? A Magi's.
Yeah. Something.
A
Something.
Magi's. A Magi's. Either a Magi's Revenge or a Magi's Shelter would have been really good there.
Yeah, because then all those uppercuts he was eating would have been
I was
nullified at
gonna
least a
say
little bit.
even just one of those being pulled off would have been huge for you in those fights.
All right. Well, it's time to play Smite. That's what time it is.
We're playing Smite now.
Yes, I am playing the Smite. The Smite of games. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I am gonna be right back though, because I need to get up and walk around since I've been sitting here for a hot minute. I also need to make sure I fix my audio before I forget, because I will, and I'll get into a game and I'll be like, why is this a billion up here? Oh, and I have to hold on, I gotta exit.
I was gonna say throw